How are we doing today?
Good.
Good. All right. So previously in the week, we have learned a bunch of reading strategies like making connections and questioning. So today we're going to learn a new strategy, and it's called I Wonder. So the way we're going to do this is if you have a wonder during the book, which means you have a question about what's to come or you have a prediction, you're going to wiggle your index finger. So can we all try that? All right, good job. All right, so are we ready?
Yes.
Okay, today we're gonna read Saturdays and tea cakes. I have a wonder. Does anybody else have a wonder? All right, so I wonder what tea cakes are. Okay. Saturdays and tea cakes. When I was 9 or 10 years old, I couldn't wait for Saturdays. Every Saturday, I got up early, dressed, and rode my bicycle out of the garage. Woo, we got some wonders. All right, what's your wonder?
I wonder where he's going.
I do too, all right. Every Saturday, I coasted down our long, steep drive, slow enough to make the turn onto Thompson Street, then left onto Bell's Mill Road, pedal, 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 past Miss Crawford's house, pedal, 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 around the house pasture, and up the hill past the cemetery where my grandfather was buried. Pedal, 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 Miss Grace Owen's house, and up to Chandler's Phillips 66. All right, so keep them brains working. Wonders. Every Saturday, I coasted over the black hose at the gas pumps just to make sure the bell would ring. Then, I dropped my kickstand and checked the air in my tires. I stopped at Chandler's for another reason, too. That is where I crossed the highway that ran right into the center of our town. My mother always said, "You stop and you look both ways when you get to Chandler's. I don't care if that light is green, I'll know it if you don't." And I knew she would too. In our little town, everybody knew everyone and told everything anyone that would listen. So I always looked both ways. Pedal, pedal, pedal across Ross Street, then left for a slow coast down behind the bank of Heflin, where I turned right onto Bedwood, and whoosh, I zoomed down the hill as fast as I dared. Pedal, pedal, pedal! Up the next hill and onto the left to Almond Street. It was a long stretch to Mr. White's. I always stopped here to catch my breath in the shade of the big old oak tree. The more small hills, pedal, 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 and then a right onto Gather Street. Now I could see my grandmother's drive. One, two, three, four driveways, and one last turn to the left. This was where my tires gave up their humming on pavement and began the crunching of gravel. Just before reaching Mama's back porch, I slammed on my brakes, sending a shower of tiny pebbles into her flowers. Every Saturday, Mama was there, sitting on her old metal glider. Oh, we got some wonders. Okay. Crick, crack, creak, crack. Sipping a cup of Red Diamond coffee and waiting. She was waiting for me. No one else, just me. All right, so I see we have some wonders. What's your wonder?
I wonder why it's always just Saturday.
Okay, good wonder. All right, do you think we're going to find out?
I hope so.
All right. Every Saturday, Mama called out, "Come on into this house. Let's have a bite to eat." In Mama's big kitchen, sunlight poured through the windows like a waterfall and spilled over the countertops. pooling up on the checkerboard floor. Every Saturday, she had hot biscuits, sweet butter, and golden eagle syrup waiting on the kitchen table. Every Saturday, she poured a little coffee in my cup and filled the rest with milk and 2 spoonfuls of sugar. Then, before long, Mammal said, "We'd best clear these dishes away and get to the yard before it gets too hot." I followed her out to the back porch. "Let me put a little water on these ferns," she said. "You go ahead into the car house." That's what Mama called the garage. "I'll be out directly." I have a wonder. I wonder what they're going to the car house for. Yeah, all right.
Me too. I was wondering that too.
By the time I pulled the old lawnmower from the garage, Mama was already in the garden picking plump, ripe tomatoes for our lunch. Every Saturday, I pulled the starter rope again and again while the mower sputtered and spit. Finally, the old mower started, and I struggled to push it through the dew-wet grass, leaving row after row of fresh stripes of lawn. From time to time, the mower choked on mouthfuls of wet grass that clung to blades in my bare legs. By early afternoon, the dew pearls were gone, the grass was mowed and dry, and I was soaked with sweat. Every Saturday, I pushed the mower back into the garage, trudged to the back porch, and flopped onto the old glider. Crick, crack, creak, crack. Mammal soon appeared with a tall glass of sweet iced tea. "You just cool off and rest a bit. I'll go in and make us a bite to eat." Before long, she came back with 2 big tomato sandwiches on hamburger buns. Every Saturday, I'd gobble mine down like a hungry goblin. But she nibbled at hers like a bird. "Now, them's a good tomatoes," she said. "I know how you like a good tomato sandwich. Don't they taste a whole heap better when you've just picked them?" We sat there a while listening to the calls of the blue jays and the rhymes of the old glider. Then Mammal looked at me sorts of sideways and said, "I reckon I know a boy who'd like something sweet to eat." And I grinned. "Yes, Mammal, I reckon you do." All right, what do we think that the sweet is gonna be? Does anybody have any clues?
Tea cakes?
Tea cakes, yeah, all right. I think so too. We're gonna find out. "Come on then," Mammal said, heading toward the door. "Let's get in this kitchen and see if we can't make us a mess." Every Saturday, she spread the cloth over the red countertop and scattered a fistful of flour across it, sending a cloud into the air. Then she set out a big bowl. Mammal dipped a china teacup into the canister of flour, scooped up a cupful, and skimmed over the top with her finger. Then she dumped the flour into a bowl and added sugar and her black cookie jar. She let the mixture drift through her hands like I sifted sand at the beach. Then it felt right, Mammal said. "Look in the refrigerator," that's what she called the refrigerator, "and find me 2 sticks of blue bonnet." I pulled open the refrigerator and got out the margarine. I unwrapped the sticks and dropped them into the bowl. I mixed and mashed until the ingredients disappeared into a paste. It was smooth and pale yellow and smelled fresh, like fresh cotton candy at a county fair. Mammal pinched off a little to taste. "I expect we have a bit more sugar in this." She sprinkled sugar until the dough tasted just the way she thought it ought to. "Now get me 3 eggs," she said. I tapped the first egg too hard, making it splatter onto the counter and down outside the bowl. I reckon we call that a half an egg, Mama said. Here, let me show you how to do it. Just tap them real easy and put the shell apart over the bowl, like this. Now, you do the next one. It was hard work blending those eggs into the mix with a long wooden spoon. Mama pinched another taste. My goodness, buddy, we didn't put no vanilla in here. Reach up in that cabinet and get me down a bottle of that vanilla flavor. When the dough tasted just right, Mama rolled it out on the flour-dusted cloth. Then I cut out the tea cakes with the rim of an old tin can. All right, so we found out they were making tea cakes. We carefully lifted the circles onto the cookie sheet and put them in the oven to bake. 375 degrees for 15 minutes. All right, we got some wonders. What's our wonder?
I wonder why the cat's in the kitchen.
That's
like the cat's cooking.
That's a good wonder. All right, we'll see if the cat has anything to do with it. Oh, there he is again. All right. Those 15 minutes seemed to last forever. Are they ready, Mama? Not yet, buddy. Are they ready? Now, Mama? Not yet, buddy. Let's give them a little bit longer. Are they ready yet, Mama? I reckon they might be. She opened the oven door, and the kitchen filled with a smell of sweeter than summer gardenias, the smell of tea cakes. Every Saturday, I reached for one still steaming on the baking sheet. You better wait, buddy. You're gonna get burnt. We waited until the tea cakes were cool enough to lift from the baking sheet. Then we set them off on a plate. Every Saturday, I ate one and then another, and I looked at Mama. Is that all you want, buddy? You sure you don't want to eat all of them? We made them tea cakes just for you. When I had eaten all I could, she set a few off on the saucer for her and to put the rest in the big sheet of aluminum foil. She folded the edges into a little handle at the top. Now you put these out there in your bicycle bucket so you won't forget them. Every Saturday, as I pedaled over the gravel again and out Mama's drive, I glanced back over my shoulder. Every Saturday, Mama was there, sitting on her old metal glider and waving. She was waving to me. No one else, just me. Don't worry, Mama. I won't ever forget. Yeah? All right. So we learned a new strategy today, our I wonders. So expert readers, they always wonder about books, and you always wonder what's to come. All right, so that's our new strategy for today. All right.